might make a video out here. On Roseland Avenue, not Roseland, I'm mistaken, Gordon Avenue in Harahan, Louisiana. It's a little suburb south of Metairie, right along the river, where the river jets down. Kind of has a little, like a reverse, I guess, or kind of like a crescent shape to Jefferson Parish, and that's where this is. 6th Street. Just if I see people, I kind of get a little weird and want to throw the phone down, just because I went to school out here, and I know the people around here are kind of nitpicky. They're a little different than the Metairie people. Really, really, really good place to live, though. Quite a few houses for sale, I'm surprised, but no flooding, at least not in this part of Harahan. Very strict police department, so take that for what you will. So, no crime. It actually comes up as one of the safest cities in Louisiana, even though it's only about 10 minutes from New Orleans, which is the most dangerous city in Louisiana. But then right next to that, you have the safest city. I kind of think that's a little bit ironic, but yeah, so it's very, very, very safe. Not to be like a racial thing, but demographics, it's mostly the original families or second generation families. That is really weird. That was really out of place, but mostly second generation families that live out here still. Very like I said, it's kind of, you know, our way or no way kind of mentality out here, but despite that, it's a really, really good little place, and no one really ever seems to give it credit. It seems like a lot of people in YouTube videos wind up saying the word Harahan, and they end up meaning like Elmwood, or the business park of Elmwood, whatever you call it, the just unincorporated area. Okay, we're gonna turn on Roseland. This street's kind of cool because it's got a little divider going through it. A divider, what am I thinking? A little, what you call it? A little median, neutral ground thing. Beautiful sunset. Okay, we're gonna turn back up Wilson Street. Wilson Street's kind of weird. As you notice, they don't really have like sidewalks or like regular paved streets until you get right here. Then they have this normal looking paved street with sidewalks and everything. I just thought this was kind of weird. Then they had a little parking area in the middle. It's kind of cool. A little bit different. Kind of feels like Driftwood Boulevard, North Kenner or something. It doesn't really seem like the rest of Harahan. Colonial Club Drive, back to Jefferson Highway. I'm just gonna go ahead and put the phone down. I don't know who these people are. That used to be Colonial Country Club. They're building that new building on it. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's like a white building, and if you've been to Gulfport on Highway 90 and you know about this place called Centennial Plaza in Gulfport, kind of close to Courthouse Road, that building reminds me a lot of kind of a modern looking version of Centennial Plaza. It's an interesting, whatever they're doing is very interesting. Imperial Woods. This is a much nicer, wealthier neighborhood than the one I just drove through. This land right here with the fence is actually owned by the Lauricella family, and they actually used to own most of the East Bank along the river back 100 years ago or so. They also own the shopping center in D'Iberville, Mississippi. So if you go to D'Iberville, Mississippi, you know that shopping center where the Target is and everything, they own that land. Some little old house they tore down, and they're building this mansion at the corner of Elaine and Jefferson Highway. Maybe not a mansion, but it's big. Definitely big for this area. Speed limit's 40. Definitely do not speed out here. I'm almost scared to even hold the phone up out here like this. I just don't want someone to be on one of these side streets. That used to be a church, actually, about 15 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago. Speed limit's 15 through the turn. I'm gonna get over because I'm gonna turn left on Hickory Street. There's the police department. This is downtown Harahan right here. That's Oak Avenue again, because Jefferson Highway and Oak Avenue share the same street for a block, and everything past about where those headlights are coming up on the left side here, say right about where that car's got its turn signal on, from there further down is Elmwood, formerly known as Camp Cloche. It's not Harahan. Harahan city limits ends at the back of these houses. This is Hickory Street, Hickory Avenue. It's back at the police station. Kirkfield Body Shop up here on the... Gonna be up here on the right. I'm gonna turn back, go back to Jefferson Highway. Put up a new car wash. The old Chinese restaurant, it's been closed since Katrina. It used to be a hardware store like 50 years ago, 60 years ago. The old Spur Station. Well, I'm not really turning. It's kind of weird right here. You go straight. Weird intersection. I was saying that used to be a Methodist church. Colonial Bowling Lanes. Red Wagon, that's been there about as long as Harahan. Oak Oven, formerly known as Popeyes. Harahan Elementary School. National Historic Landmark. It used to be in their police units about 15 years ago. It was built in 1926. So, do the math. That's like looking at 94 years. I remember when it was 80 years. They put this little shopping center up about 2003, 2004. It used to be a Quiznos. Now it's a Happy Italian pizza place. Old Bank one, now it's Chase Bank. Tasty Donut, that's still there. The former K&B, former Auto Parts, former Dollar Value, now turned Dollar General. Used to be Winn-Dixie in there too. The old closed down Burger King got tore down a few years ago. New little building that they're putting up. It's nice looking though. I hope I got it in the frame, but the road's turning away from it now. Don't remember if that was a K&B. It might have been an Auto Parts. I know this was a K&B and it became a Rite Aid. It's been a Walgreens for about 2 years. And they put that up a few years ago. And Papa John's moved in it. Little Water Hut's been there about 15 years. Charles Seafood. They say Charlie Seafood, but it's Charles Seafood. And I know Frank Brixton owned that for a while. Brixton's with the Good Pie or something like that. I know he owned it for a little while. I think he sold it. And at this light right here, we're going out of Harahan city limits and we're crossing into River Ridge. Got the nursing home in Harahan. This is Fall Street. Now we're in River Ridge, and the speed limit goes up to 45. And now we're back in the census designated place and no longer in a city. Alright. We're on Jefferson Highway right now. I figured I'd go ahead and show y'all that. It's Hazel Park Elementary. Yeah, there's not too much video online of the River Ridge Harahan area. Best Hardware used to be Ace Hardware. She dropped the Ace affiliate. Bobby Seafood. They cut off the little. They tore down a little. Used to be a gas station. A little balcony, not balcony. A little cover for the gas station. A little awning for the gas station. Village Inn restaurant. They had really cheap crawfish a while back. It's a so-so place, but it's been there forever. Starbucks, it used to be a Taco Bell. The guy crashed his motorcycle into it years ago. Rotolo's used to be a Bud's Broiler. Before it was a Bud's Broiler, it was actually a daycare. And that's the only Rotolo's in the area. There was one in Metairie. Now it's at Theo's Pizza down close to LeBar and Veterans. And see, this guy, he used to decorate his house. He died a couple years ago. He used to decorate the house, and the front, he was a deaf guy. He would decorate it for the holidays. This is Citrus Road. McDonald's, they tore it down and built a new McDonald's. This one's sideways. The other one used to face toward the street. I'll actually turn. No, I'm gonna go in. I think this is called Highland Square Shopping Center. CVS, former Eckerd's drugstore. You can kind of tell by the windows it was an Eckerd. There used to be a town crier, like a little newspaper, cigarette store, liquor store kind of thing back in there. And Walgreens actually used to be a Blockbuster. And next to that was actually, let me think, it was a Blockbuster, and then people riding bikes, please. Okay. Whatever. Alright, so it's a Blockbuster. On the other side was a Pizza Hut. And then the guy that owned all the Pizza Hut franchises in the New Orleans area actually, they were taken from him for some reason. He didn't do something and he lost qualification to own the franchises. So we actually, for about the 2000 and, I don't know, like the 2010